Hi everyone, it's the middle of week 2, Wednesday, and I wanted to just chat with you a little bit and catch up and see how you all were doing. I hope it was a good first week and that you're getting through the second week okay also. I did grade the microtheme papers. I wanted to get you some feedback as quickly as possible, so I did go through and do some quick notes. I can't always promise the 3-day turnaround, but I will do my best to keep moving on them as quickly as possible. I saw a lot of great things, a lot of great ideas. Many of you picked a really interesting aspect about the article to address and look at, and they were pretty successful. I guess across the board, I would say there were a lot of MLA issues. An MLA handbook or the OWL Purdue could help that. There has been an MLA update that happened about 5 days ago. Over the summer, they redid MLA. I'm looking, from my perspective, it looks like the in-text citations haven't changed much. There's a big shift when it comes to works cited entries, especially for electronic sources. So for this semester, I'm going to go ahead and take either format, either the old or the new. I probably will have a video at some point kind of going over it. I have a PowerPoint somewhere on here about MLA. Of course, the works cited entries are now obsolete and incorrect. So I will be spending some time looking at MLA format and trying to give you some clues on how to get the information about the new and updated version. I did notice that the OWL Purdue does have the correct new version on there. There's some mistakes with how they're formatting, but it's on there. So I will continue to investigate that, and it's important for us to know it's what we use. You'll use it as English teachers, and we should be pretty aware of what's happening there. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball on it. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. This will be a good learning curve for both of us. It'll help us. So yeah, MLA in-text citations were a little crazy. Works cited was a little crazy. Some people didn't do page setup. Just remember how that works. Go back and take a look at it. 300 level course. I'm assuming that that's kind of old hat for you. So make sure that that's working well. Ideas were pretty great. Sometimes they felt thin, so not enough research or support from the article, evidence to support the ideas that you had. I'm expecting in-text quotes from the material. I wasn't expecting necessarily outside sources in addition. This is more just an analysis of the material that we're working at, and so that sometimes could make your paper feel off topic. Because you were moving into a lot of things that weren't really focused on. We weren't really focusing on the material that we were reading. So not really requiring outside sources for these short one-page papers. Probably when we start doing some other work, there will be outside sources included. Today, or this week, you get to look at one of my favorite articles. That article is Jenny Nelson's Reading Classrooms as Text. I love this article. I was introduced to this article years ago in grad school, and I love the ideas within this article, especially the idea of the professional student. The idea that students come in with the preconceived notions of what a classroom is like, and is that going to hinder or help them? Maybe a little bit of both. And it's, again, thinking about it from the perspective of the teacher, so thinking about, and the perspective of the students. So how are the students coming in, and how is that affecting their writing and the material that they're working on? I mean, most of us here at Chico State and I think really good English teachers are student-centered, right? They're thinking about the student and how to engage the student. There's Meerkats, right? And there's the ERWC model. We want to engage students within the material. We want to think about the practices that they're coming in with, and we want to think about how those are either stumbling blocks or things that are helping them. And so this article really delves into the idea of students and what they come in with, and then how that works within their writing practices. I've used this article for years. I use this idea of the professional student all the time. It is a good thing on one level and a bad thing on the other. So you kind of have to look at it from multiple perspectives. Anyway, I'm hoping that you like this one. It's one of my favorites. Again, there's a blog entry that was due yesterday. Just kind of a down and dirty kind of what's interesting about the article at first glance, not expecting quotes, not expecting a works cited page. That blog entry blog entries are due on Tuesday from now on. If it was a little late this week, I'll still accept it. Next week, I'm going to be firm on the Tuesday deadline. So blog entries, again, I just want to remind you, 10 of them due during the semester. So if you've missed one or two, it won't kill you. It will start to be non-effective and affecting your grade as you move forward in the next couple of weeks, right? Because at a certain point, we won't have that many weeks for you to make up. And then the microtheme. The microtheme is due on Sunday at midnight. Again, the microtheme should be more formal in aspect. It's still along the same lines. You can use the idea that you did in the blog, but you have to expand it and include evidence from the material. I would think about organization structure for this too. How are you organizing it? One big paragraph typically doesn't work. Maybe an intro paragraph and then some body with some evidence. I mean, it's not a 5-paragraph essay, that's for sure, especially with only 1 to 2 pages. But definitely thinking about how you're introducing the ideas to the reader and how you're working with the evidence to support the arguments that you're making. Quoting and MLA isn't just about figuring out how to cite something properly. It's also thinking about how do we integrate material into our material from our evidence or our research into our ideas. And that is a really interesting balance that we have to play with. I call it lasagna, the lasagna method. So there's a lot of layering that goes on, and maybe I will talk about the lasagna method a little bit more. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I've really enjoyed reading your writing. It's one of my favorite classes to teach. I love to hear what teachers are thinking. So I'm really excited to continue to hear more. Hope you're doing well. Have a great week, and we will be back next week looking at another piece of theory. Have a great day. Bye.